What up, people? What's good? Salute.
Yes, sir.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Salute to the tribe. We're hip hop and comics and hip hop. We're a niche channel. We're a niche channel reserved for the best. What's good, everybody? This is your host Reno Noir and co-host Stu Dog for Hip Hop and Comics, the sixth element of hip hop Wednesday show. Sometimes it's indie, sometimes it's Star Wars, sometimes it's just comics and hip hop. But we got a lot covered today. We got all kinds of good shit going on. Darth Vader, Obi-Wan, Darth Maul, the whole fam is gonna be coming in a I guess it's next Wednesday. I really thought it was starting today for some reason. Obi-Wan. What it was March? It's March something, right?
It's the 31st, right?
Must be the 30th.
I thought it was. What's today?
Because the 30th is Wednesday. Today's 23rd, so it must be next Wednesday.
I mean, that would be, yeah, because they usually do Wednesdays, right?
Yeah. Always Wednesday. But Moon Knight's got a final trailer, I guess, out because Moon Knight's about to drop as well. So it'll be dope. It'll be dope here in a minute. We'll have some good shit to watch. But let's do this shit quick. Nah, actually, let's wait a little bit. Wait for a few more people to come in, and then we'll show the Moon Knight trailer.
All right. How many we got in there?
Like 2, I think.
Okay. Yeah, Moon Knight's gonna be dope, man. I think. I can't.
Yeah.
I can't wait for Moon Knight to come in, man. I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
They're saying it's gonna be violent.
Yeah.
It's gonna be adult.
And they say that there might be a certain big green Avenger appearing in the show, possibly as well. But maybe not being Big Green, but being Mark Ruffalo, the actor behind the Green Goliath, who's also going to make an appearance in the upcoming series. But interestingly enough, this isn't the first time his appearance was hinted at, because as we first connect some imaginary dots back in August on a potential appearance, there wasn't any details outside of him appearing as Bruce Banner. But it certainly looks like his appearance is almost a definite, but there's no way to say how he may appear. But as we noticed, he wasn't far from where they were filming. Like, he may be the one to approach Stephen Grant, or maybe he turns back into Mark Spector by the end, on potentially using his gift as the Fist of Khonshu for the greater good. Or there's a chance that he's only on television discussing the after effects of the events from Avengers Endgame, which may play into the story of Moon Knight. But it'll be fun to speculate. But I think it'd be cool if they did pop him in there, because the Marvel Cinematic Universe continues to expand, and Moon Knight, would probably be continuing the trend, as they all seem to, even though the project is seemingly quite disconnected from the rest, especially with its darker themes, and violence. But our friends over at Dislander may have found out a curious detail in the upcoming series about Bruce Banner, about actually might be Hulk himself, but we'll see. But yeah, there's definitely some cool Moon Knight stuff going down. Some cool appearances and things like that. But the new trailer is crazy. We'll show that here in a second. But in the comics, there's a Moon Knight, female Moon Knight, a female version, a gender swapped Moon Knight that'll be joining the Avengers of the multiverse. Avengers Forever #3, which I don't know if that dropped. That I think that might have come out yet. I'm not sure, but introduces a female version of the Fist of Khonshu named Mariama Spectre, and it's unclear if she's related to Moon Knight of the Earth 616 or how large of a role she'll play in Jason Aaron and Aaron Kruger's series. But spinning out of the events of Avengers number 50, Avengers Forever finds Robbie Reyes, Ghost Rider, transported into a dystopian Earth where he must defeat the multiversal masters of evil with help from the Avengers of the Multiverse, Moon Knight, Vision, the Infinity Thing, Wonder Man, Deathlock, and Tony Stark, who in this universe is an archaeologist donning the Ant-Man suit. But those looking for less multiversal madness have plenty of opportunities to keep up with the adventures of the classic Moon Knight come March and April. Jed McKay and Alessandro Capuccio's ongoing Moon Knight series continues with issue 9 on March. Came out on March 2nd. Meanwhile, Devil's Reign crossover event that we just showed the other day with Moon Knight, Devil's Reign, Moon Knight number 1, which finds Mark Spector in prison in the high-tech Myrmidon prison. But that was actually a really good comic. I read that number 1, and it was dope. Like Spector was in prison, and it turned out he was in there to hunt down this one particular prisoner that beat up a chick that he knew or something like that. And he turns out the guy's like the big prisoner that beats up all the other prisoners in the cage matches and stuff. So he wipes the floor with him. But another big anthology series that I can't wait for is Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood. If you guys have been reading the Black,
Yeah,
White, and
that I want
Blood,
to see. Yeah,
yeah, bro.
yeah,
Because you had Wolverine, Black, White, and Blood, Deadpool, Black, White, and Blood. And there's been everybody's done one now almost. But it will
sort of
begin
like
with
an annual. It's sort of like an annual, like, but it's just black, white, and blood.
what's
It's like an
anthology.
annual.
So each issue has like 3 stories in it, and the stories kind of throw back to the sort of great 80s and 90s comic world where like they take place in the stuff that was going on back in the 80s and stuff. So they're really cool, like throwbacks, but they're new stories, but they take place in the
They
old.
take place in the old,
Mhm.
okay, and in the earlier
But
time.
yeah, but Moon Knight Black, White, and Blood will begin its 4-issue run with a story by former X-Men writer Jonathan Hickman, April 13th. This is like my favorite author in comics, Jonathan Hickman. Moon Knight is one of the coolest characters out there, and Black, White, and Blood is one of the dopest like genres, I guess, that we're getting lately. Most of the warrior or fighting characters have had one, but that's gonna be dope. Jonathan Hickman, Moon Knight, Black, White, and Blood. Can't wait. But Avengers number 3, uh, which I believe just already dropped a couple of weeks ago. You guys want to get your hands on that because it's the first appearance of female Moon Knight. Maybe she'll be
Yeah,
cool.
it was.
Maybe, yeah.
It was a few weeks ago. I think it's Dark Avengers. No, not Dark. It was
It's Avengers number 3.
Avengers. It's Avengers. It's Avengers something.
It's
It was a
Avengers
weirder comic.
Forever. It's called
Avengers
Avengers
Forever.
Forever.
Yeah, Forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
It's hard to find. I was trying to find it. I couldn't get it in the comic store. I went online to
Yeah,
get
they're
it.
probably sold out. Yeah,
Then when I went
they're gonna
online,
be
and
sold out.
the price was through the roof.
Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm saying. If you can get one, get one. But they're gonna cost a little bit of money, because it is
Yeah,
a
yeah.
first appearance. But we have a lot of people in the chat right now. Shout out Diamond Onyx, uh, again kicking it as regular. Slade Wilson in the building. Salute. Norin Rad, what's good, my brother? Peace, peace. Ultra Maximus, hey, Sixth Element crew. There was a female version of Moon Knight introduced in Extraordinary X-Men as well. The one-shot Devil's Reign was a sick read too. Yes, it was. Female Moon Knight and Extraordinary X-Men. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So yeah, we'll
Yeah, I
definitely
know
have to
they
check
did.
that out. And that cover with him on a cell with the bag on. Yes, yeah. It's a dope cover. Yeah, the Black, White, and Bloods are great. Avengers Forever 3 and 4 just came out today. Okay. All right. All right, I wasn't sure. But yeah, guys, that's why you didn't find it, I guess, at the comic store, Stu, because it wasn't out yet. So it came out
Okay.
today. Um or 4 just came out today, as he's saying. Avengers number 3, Avengers Forever number 3, 4 just came out today. Okay, so 3 came out probably a month ago.
Yeah, 3 was a little while ago. I was looking for that. I looked.
She better not look like a female bullseye. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll show you exactly what she looks like here.
Somebody said a female bull.
I know, right?
Because they're already on a second printing of Avengers number 3.
I would not be surprised. Okay. Oh, it's a web image. Okay, so I got to take a screenshot for y'all. All right, let me get y'all a screenshot. Because she is not pretty. She ain't hideous, but I don't know. I think maybe it's the art style, but they could have done better. But here she goes. What up, Absit Bean Sinin? Hello, guys. What shirts do you guys? He's always talking about the shirts. What shirts do you guys wearing today? But here she is. That's female Moon Knight right there in the middle. Obviously, Vision and Power Man, Wonder Man on the right. But yeah, she's in mostly in black with some white trim. She got the sickle, the crescent moon, and she appears to be maybe Latina. Or black. She doesn't look terribly Caucasian, but she could be Middle Eastern. I don't know enough. Haven't read it, but again, guys, this is the type of books you want to look out for. You want to look for those first appearances and new characters and stuff like that. Because stuff like this, it the value goes through the roof. But according to Ultra Maximus, this wouldn't be the first female Moon Knight, so that's possible. But maybe it's a different character. But Moon Knight Acts of Evil Annual also has a female Moon Knight, as well as the Kang mini series where Ren Slayer was a Moon Knight. Yeah, so kind of redundant, I guess. Marvel, you've done a lot of female.
I guess this might be the one everybody paid attention to.
Yeah, this is the one that finally clicked. Yeah.
Okay, so you could use a redesign.
Yeah, I could. Yeah, you could. But yeah, my shirt is a Pete's is Biggie on the throne, just chilling. That's my shirt. What do you got there, Darth Vader, Stu?
Oh, sir. X-Men.
Ah, Sentinel. That is the top of his dome. That's dope. I like
crew. Sentinel at the top. All the surrounded by a bunch of mutants. You got Juggernaut in there. You got everybody. Yeah.
I like it a lot.
Thank you.
But yeah, I can't wait to see the new Obi-Wan. But apparently there's a new. This is off sort of comic world, but one of my favorite book horror movie, book things, The Shining is they're coming out with a new Shining, and what's crazy about it is it's Ben Stiller to play Jack Torrance. So this could be interesting, because how many times have we watched Ben Stiller lose his mind in uncomfortable situations during the course of his films? He's really good at it. Like, he's good at like completely losing his mind, and probably will transfer nicely to the role of losing his mind completely as Jack Torrance in The Shining. Both Jack Nicholson and Steven Weber have played the role of Jack Torrance in their very unique ways. Nicholson famously played him in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining, and Weber played him in Mick Garris's adaptation. Now it appears Stiller will take on the role for upcoming stage adaptation of Stephen King's The Shining. Let me show you guys this, but I think he looks as crazy as ever. Yeah. Yep. Jack. Ben as Jack.
Wow.
Director of new show. Yeah. Yeah, he is. He does have a new show. And I forgot the name too. Yeah. It was something I was like, "Yo, Ben Stiller's got," and Severance. Um, and I was watching it on Apple. It's pretty dope. Oh yeah, Norrin Rad, Severance. So yeah,
Seven.
it's like in a sort of dystopian future where people can have their mind or their memory of their work day erased. So when you go clock in at work, you like step into the elevator and like a scan happens to an implant they put in your brain and you carry out your work day. And when you clock out to leave for the day, it wipes it. So all your consciousness knows is you go clock in and you clock out. So you basically
Wait a
don't
minute.
have to deal with
Time.
work all day.
Okay. Wait. Time out. Time out. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Okay. Let me see if I get this. You go to work.
Mhm.
They scan you in.
Mhm.
You do whatever you do at work.
Yep.
You leave. They scan you out. So you don't remember anything you did at work.
Exactly.
What the hell?
So it serves a couple of purposes. NDAs, you're working on top secret shit, maybe pharmaceutical, maybe experimental, whatever. But this way you don't take any proprietary information. And the other benefit, I guess you could call it, is as far as you're concerned, you don't work. Like you just chill all day. Like you don't like have to dread going to work because you're not gonna remember it, kind of thing. The but the sort of con to it, and like my man said, it's kind of dark, like living two lives. But so the you that's at work,
Mm.
all you know is you're at work, and then you're just always at work. So that part of you never gets to go home. It's constantly at work. All you know is you feel kind of refreshed because you went home and slept, but you don't remember your home life either when you're at work. You see what I'm
Okay. So
saying? So when you're
all right. So they scan out your home life when you're at
yeah,
work, and then
yeah,
scan out your work life when you go home.
right. So you don't
Oh,
so yeah, it's
that's
you gotta
that's
opt into it, you gotta sign the waiver, and you gotta like, sign the waiver that says, this is irreversible. Like it's an irreversible procedure. And but one guy, I guess, figured out a see, like, you can't even write notes to yourself, like, say your work personality wants to stop this, like, "This sucks, like, I'm only at work constantly, like, yo, get me out of here." You can't, like you can't even write a note to yourself because the elevator that you leave work in has, like, letter scanners, so it can scan any type of messages that you may carry, even if you swallow it, like, people have tried swallowing it. You can't tattoo it on yourself, like, no, there's no way to get, like, a message out. But, you know, one person tries a lot, and then this other guy, he actually got let out, but he's going through like, his mind's fucked up because of it, and he's going through all kinds of problems, and the main the star of the movie, he's happy with it, like, he's like, "I signed the thing, I don't wanna know about what I have," because I guess he had a bad breakup that messed him up, maybe a divorce or something like that, and, he can't cope. So, this is a way for him just to not have to think about it for 8 hours a day. So, he's happy with it, um, you know, work and out of work, so but it's very interesting, it's very Ben Stiller, but it's on Apple TV, where a lot of great shows are.
yeah. A lot of weird shows on Apple
Yeah,
TV
Apple
too.
TV has a lot of weird shows, but really good, like, really
Oh
good.
no, I'm not taking
Um,
away from the quality. I'm just saying some of them. The
Very
concepts are
weird.
weird. Like you like,
Yeah.
yeah, like
Like
you like,
Servant.
huh?
Have you seen
Sir,
Servant?
I watched the previews. I never watched it, but it seems
I'm
weird.
hooked.
What,
Yeah, I'm hooked
what
on
was the other
Servant,
one where
bro.
everybody was blind in the whole world? Uh, with
Yeah,
Jason Momoa
see,
in it.
that was great. That was hella
Yeah,
cool.
you was it? I
Oh,
didn't watch
man,
it.
dude, first season, I was like, "Yo, this is the best thing that's ever been fucking aired." Like, I was hooked. Season 2, it kinda fell short. I got maybe the novelty wore off, you know what I mean? But just the first season is phenomenal. I couldn't recommend it enough. Like, I was
Wow.
telling everybody, "You gotta see C, you gotta watch C, you gotta see C." Um, yeah, but Servant, that's M. Night Shyamalan, it's a page turner, you know what I mean? It keeps you coming back. But, Ptolemy Gray, I just watched, is their current one. There's like it's on like episode 3. Not Ben Stiller. Samuel Jackson plays this old guy who he's got dementia and he can't remember shit. But there's this experimental drug that lets him sort of get his memories back for the day. But there's a bunch of side effects. But he's trying to like locate this treasure that his great uncle stole from this old slave master back in the day, and the slave master had like stolen all this, money and shit from sharecroppers and things like that, and he had like amassed this treasure, and this other, his this Samuel's uncle stole it and hid it, buried it, and then they found him, lynched him, killed him, and but Samuel just can't remember where that treasure is. And so he's taking this drug that even though it's gonna kill him and fuck him up worse, it's gonna help him get the find the treasure. It's really good. Do you guys think there will be a Flash movie? And they keep telling us there will, but
We
they
just
keep
talking about
pushing
that.
it back.
Yeah, they keep pushing it back. The real question is, you think anybody will care about a Flash movie by
By
the
the time
time
it
it comes
comes out, right?
out? Yeah, like because you can't dangle it, keep dangling it in front of us, and then next thing you know, you keep pushing. Soon everybody's gonna be like, whatever, like whatever.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
And by the
Keaton's gonna show up as Batman apparently, and because it's Flashpoint.
Flashpoint,
So if you guys have seen or read Flashpoint, Thomas Wayne, Batman, and Flash, Eobard Thar or Eothard, Eobard. I can't fucking name it. Weird.
Michael Keaton is Batman. That's exactly right. No, right? Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah, he'll
Because we're gonna
probably,
get
it'll be a cameo.
Ben Affleck's supposed to be in it as well, right? Because he's supposed to be an older Batman,
I don't know,
but I don't know
but
how old he would be.
it's a multiversal
Based,
thing where they're showing old versions of characters, or not old versions, other versions from other timelines. Basically, like the Spider-Man movie where you got you know, the Andrew
Now I was on.
Garfield, Tobey Maguire.
I watched the podcast on one of agree or disagree, and this is also for the chat. Watched the podcast on Comic Crusaders. Was it last night, and we were on there, and they were really digging deep, like they were putting their talons deep, deep, deep in the Spider-Man
Mm.
No Way Home. And I mean they were deep. They basically said that um they didn't like the movie. They liked the movie, like they liked the way the movie was presented. They liked the special effects and all. They loved that. But they said the story just didn't mean nothing to them because uh the thing was that
I
all right,
agree.
everything in the movie that
It
happened
was
to
fan
Spider
service.
Man, he caused it. Right, he caused it. And so they were like, one of their biggest things was like, look, you want to tell everybody your secret identity, you want everybody to know, you want to fence about it. And then when they find out, and then you see how bad it is, now all of a sudden you want to get rid of it. But then when you go to get rid of it, Doctor Strange is trying to help you, and then you mess that up. And then at the end of the movie, he winds up being alone by himself, and now nobody can remember who he is because that's just how the spell had to work. And they were saying that had he just listened to begin with, um, he would have still had his friends and family, but they just wouldn't have known he was Spider Man. And so they were
Well,
saying that he chose the darker, even he chose the darker side, which wound up happening at the end of the movie, was a choice that happened because he basically made the wrong choice in the beginning of the movie. And they were saying how why did the movie have to end so dark, so badly, like it's just
yeah.
him alone in an
Well,
apartment by
that's
himself.
but that's the whole setup. Like they had to do that for the setup of the next trilogy because he's gonna. You saw it in the after credit scene, the little piece of Venom, the little symbiote is there, and it knows because Venom and Tom Hardy, they were just saying like, we got to go find Peter Parker, Spider Man, and then they zapped off to their own universe because the spell ended. But that little piece of symbiote was left in this
Right.
universe, and it is going with the mentality of going to find Peter Parker. So Peter Parker is going to be no friends, no family, black suit, nobody to stop him from being going, bad guy sort of like he does in the black suit. He'll have no guidance really, except, some theorize maybe we'll get Miles Morales will come in to sort of help him, sort of dial him back, bring him back to his good self. But it was all a setup. But there's a scene in the movie towards the end, and there's a little screen, and it's basically a Easter egg. It says like, "It was our pleasure to serve you," or something to that effect. Something about like, "We were happy to serve you." Basically letting you know like this was fan service. Like this movie was basically fan service. It was nostalgia. It was to little throwback, give you Toby one more time, a little Andrew Garfield, and you know, it was fan service. It wasn't plot heavy. It wasn't, story driven. It wasn't a character piece. There wasn't it wasn't deep. Like it wasn't deep. It was just fan service. It was just fun. And then it set up the next line of movies. But yeah, we got Secret Wars.
Yeah, Secret Wars.
Possible
Yeah. That dude, that do you
the
think we're
Beyonder
gonna
would be
get?
dope.
You think we're gonna get Tom Holland as Spider-Man?
Tom
As a
Holland?
Spider-Man? Yeah, do you think we're
Tom
gonna get
Holland's
another
yeah, he's still Spider-Man.
Tom? No, I'm saying
Yeah,
because Andrew
they've
Garfield,
already confirmed it.
yeah, because they only did 3 movies with Tobey Maguire. I did
Mhm.
hear a rumor that they're gonna give Andrew Garfield a third movie,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
as an older Spider-Man,
yeah,
where all the things that had happened to him that he talked about had happened,
right.
and they're gonna give him just to complete his trilogy. But that's what I'm saying. You think we're gonna get
Yeah, I think we'll
another
get
Tom Holland?
well, yeah, because Marvel now has the ability, they've introduced the multiverse, so they have the ability to, just like in the comics, they can do you can have 2 Spider-Man ongoing series in the comics that are completely unrelated in different universes that'll be running at the same time. So,
Right.
now that they've done that with the movies, they can do the same thing. You can have an Andrew Garfield movie that's unrelated to the Tom Holland movies, and they're gonna have an Andrew Garfield movie where, Gwen died and he stopped giving a fuck and pulling his punches, and we'll see that play out. But then they've also confirmed that they're gonna do another Tom Holland trilogy, which I think will have Miles Morales, maybe Gwen, maybe a Gwen, because you got the multiverse thing happening, and I think we'll get Tom Holland in the black suit with no friends and no family to pull him in. Maybe for the first movie, maybe halfway through the second movie, Miles will come in, and then in the third movie, they'll bring him back to being good guy Peter Parker, tear off the black suit kind of thing, and fight Venom in the third movie.
I think we should just get the Sinister Six. Skip it.
Well, they did show there is a
Because
Craven, there is
in
a
that
Craven
there's a
show.
Craven.
Yeah,
There's a
and
Craven
then they
coming.
showed Rhino. You saw
Yeah,
Rhino in the, silhouette in the
right.
sky in that Spider-Man movie
We got Vulture. Vulture's already in there.
yeah, Vulture's in there.
Scorpion's in there because he was talking to
Scorpion.
Scorpion when Michael Keaton went to jail. He talked to Scorpion. So we could get a Sinister. That would be great.
Oh, yeah.
Just make it
Shout
we
out
can make it
Adrian
a 3-part
Navarro.
movie.
What's good, Adrian?
We can make it a 3-part movie
Yeah,
where he had
yeah,
to fight
make
the
it a
whole
3-parter.
Sinister Six. We just don't have a
Never
Doc Ock.
happened, Norrin
I
Rad,
think
never happened.
combined spot. I wish Marvel could not have. Sony's not giving that up.
Sony ain't giving that up.
Yeah, they're not giving that up, man. They're just not giving that up.
But at least
But
they're playing nice. That's what I like.
right. And we could get the female Doc Ock in this universe instead of the male Doc Ock. It could happen.
Yeah, yeah, and we could even get Dark Avengers. We could get, Norman Osborn as the Iron Patriot. You know what I'm saying?
That would
Like,
be dope.
yeah, that would be dope. They can go all over the place now, man. It was genius of them to do the multiverse of madness. It was genius because like I said before many times, it opens them up to be able to retcon anything, change anything, fix anything, shape anything, make anything happen, do whatever the fuck they want, and nobody can be like, "Well, how?" Multiverse. That's how.
Yeah. But the
So,
thing is,
my life
but I
is
keep saying it.
whatever.
I keep saying it. Hollywood isn't that smart.
No,
They're gonna
Hollywood's not,
find a way.
but Marvel
They're
is.
gonna find a way to. I hope so, because they're gonna find a way to mess it up. They're gonna find a way to
They always.
disappoint everybody, and they're gonna find a way to make people just be like, you know what? I don't even know why I'm wasting my time.
Congrats. That's a nice one. Nice.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, yeah.
Yep, yep.
So we'll see what happens, because Marvel right now they're reaching. Their Phase 4 is already in effect, and we haven't seen new movies for Hulk. We haven't seen a new Hulk movie. We haven't seen a new Captain America movie with Falcon.
Right.
And we could even get a Winter Soldier movie. We haven't seen that. I mean, we haven't seen anything reminiscent of the mainstream heroes. Everything has been like more. I don't know. How can I say it? Secondhand or whatever.
Right.
Like however you want to put it. But we just haven't seen. Or they could just bring a whole slew of new heroes to the scene. You
Mm-hmm.
know.
Yeah, but they're going towards the Skrulls with the Skrull War. But they should be going toward Galactus, which they are, because when the Fantastic Four movie comes, they'll find they have to. They know, bro. They gave us a cloud puff of smoke Galactus. They know they have to fix that. They cannot not give us
Yeah,
Galactus
yeah,
after they pulled that shit.
yeah.
Because that was just like when I saw the cloud, I'm like, okay, he's getting ready to come out of the smoke, and he never did. And I was like, what
Nah,
the
he
fuck
never
was
did.
that?
Yeah,
What was that?
yeah.
But
Budget
speaking of
cuts,
ASM
man.
258, yeah, speaking of ASM 258, that's all my past remembered. After revealing that she knows Peter Parker is Spider-Man, Mary Jane Watson takes Peter to Central Park so he can tell her about her own deep secret. Peter considers trying to convince her that she is wrong, worrying about if he can trust her with his big secret, particularly because she acts so flaky. Mary Jane reads Peter like a book and assures him that she can trust him, and the happy-go-lucky girl she has portrayed for years was an act. And they stop at a lake where she admits that she has had a habit of running away from responsibility, something she learned from her parents. And she then begins to tell Peter about her family life. Um, like Mary Jane's mother, Madeline, her father met her father Philip when they were in college. Her father was studying literature while her mother was in drama. After they graduated, Madeline wanted to go to New York to pursue her acting career. Philip had other ideas. They were soon married, and 8 months later, Mary Jane, sister Gail was born. Mary Jane was born 4 years later. While Madeline raised the kids, Philip worked as a college professor while he tried to write a novel that would make them rich. However, with each failure, Philip became angrier and took his anger out on his wife. Philip moved them from town to town, and while Mary Jane became a class clown, her sister focused on ballet. Things took another turn on the night that Philip struck Gail, and this was the final straw for Madeline, who took her two daughters and left the abusive husband. Mary Jane dealt with this by adopting her happy go lucky attitude, and they moved from relative to relative. Most didn't care for Madeline or her children. However, Mary Jane took a liking to her aunt Anna. Anna was the person who first introduced Mary Jane to May Parker. Mary Jane finishes her recollection by reminding Peter of how their aunts first tried to set them both up. Peter and Mary Jane continued their walk, and Peter admits that he intentionally avoided Mary Jane and regrets not meeting her sooner.
Mm.
Um, this sort of all the long hidden secrets of Mary Jane Watson's past finally revealed, and if you thought Spidey had his hands full of fighting the Hobgoblin before, this is his big Hobgoblin battle, and which I have been wanting to see Hobgoblin in the MCU since Tobey Maguire fought Harry. Like, I was like dude, that's Hobgoblin because I didn't know anything about, back then. I didn't know that Harry was, you know, uh,
Hobgoblin.
that Green Goblin's son and all of that. I just thought, "Oh, okay, this is Hobgoblin." Like, I didn't know
Wow.
shit. I wasn't I
Mm.
wasn't yeah, I wasn't reading
I mean,
comics back then.
they still didn't introduce Demo Goblin.
Yeah, no, and then when we got Ned Leeds, I was like, "Okay, are we gonna get Hobgoblin now?" Because like, Ned Leeds was Hobgoblin for a little while, but
So
wouldn't
was
really
Flash Thompson. So was Flash
exactly. I mean, there's
Thompson.
been a lot, but, this is a great point, Zenimus plays because the Celestials and Galactus, both huge. Like that was you're right. Like when I saw the Celestials
Yeah.
in Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, see, that's Galactus. Like they could do that easily. Um and yeah, but yeah, that showed that they could definitely do it. And it does also sort of lead into that too. That's another, thing that may tie into that. Yeah, 258 just got the book too. Just realized you might have got that from me. Yeah. Uh Yeah, I think he realizes the black suit is an alien in that issue. Um, what is the alien? The one he realizes the alien it's an alien. Um, it's actually him and the Fantastic Four. But I know I did sell somebody that. Yeah, yeah, that is that one. Keys are out there. But yeah, the ASM 258. That's where they do realize that the suit is an alien for the first time. And you could have got that for me because I did recently just sell that. But yeah, that's a classic. It's a
Mm.
slept on issue too. It doesn't I don't think it gets the sort of props or value that it should get because before that issue, it was just a suit.
No.
Like no one realized it's an alien, you know what I mean? Like that was a very pivotal issue, very important issue. Should definitely be getting more props than it does.
I mean, when I first saw it, I thought it was dope.
Hell
I
yeah.
thought it was here to stay. I was like, man, Spider Man got a black and white suit,
Right.
big white spider.
Thought
I
that
was
was
like, man, that's.
yeah.
I'm like, man, that's.
It's just
Me
a
and my
dope
friends,
new
we thought it was
costume. Like,
dope.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
makes
thought it
sense.
was dope. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we was like, damn, they gave Spider Man a serious upgrade, and then it had to be an alien, had to be removed. So, but we still liked it. We still liked it. Yeah, that was around the time Secret Wars came out.
Oops, Mike was muted. Yeah, that was the time Secret Wars came out. Yeah, exactly. But again, man, it made sense because Spider-Man always seemed like a ninja. You know what I mean? The way he moved, the way he sort of, did his thing. And I always liked that about him. But the red and blue is very, bright. It's not ninja like. So when I saw the black suit for the first time, I was like, ninja. Because I was big into martial arts and all of that as a kid, especially, around that time. So
Yeah,
I've been
showing
in martial arts
preference.
since I was 5 years old. So like that was all I needed, bro. I was hooked. I was a Spidey fan from then on. That black suit was what it
Mm.
was all about. Oh, X Deaths of Wolverine. Hope you guys are reading that. X Live, X Deaths of Wolverine. Super dope. Ryan Stegman um did a cover with a very interesting, dramatically different Wolverine with his sort of Asgardian warrior style, but that's the new cover. Definitely not like the new Wolverine from now on or anything like that, but it's a pretty dope cover. You can see the two Batmans are made of like metal, like a blade. Uh, Most people know that Wolverine is like two Batmans facing each other. That's what his mask looks like. If you like draw a line down the middle of his face, down the middle of his nose, down the middle of his chin, it's two Batman facing each other, touching noses. That's
Yeah,
what I
that's
call
what
them,
it
the
looks like. Yeah.
Batmans.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
But yeah, that's coming out in X Deaths of Wolverine number 5. It's a variant cover. Um shared by Absolute Carnage and Venom artist Ryan Stegman on Twitter. Um, it features Wolverine decked out in a glimmering armor while standing in front of what appears to be uh, uh, Yggdrasil. Um, the round sigils and the skirt armor on Wolverine's uniform are reminiscent of Thor's, while the long ears protruding from Logan's mask are similar to Asgardian helmets, like you see on Loki or Heimdall. And I'm trying to get you guys a full picture of the suit because it's really cool. It's like almost like a samurai armor, which is so perfect for Wolverine because he is a samurai. Has been trained as a samurai in feudal Japan. Here, check it out. Let me show you the rest of the suit. Oh, yeah, that's the head, and there's see the pants. It's sort of got like samurai thigh covers, and then like a skirt thing sort of in the middle.
Yeah, that's dope. Yeah, it's dope.
Good luck trying to get it. Yeah, it does resemble Strife.
Yeah, it do like Strife a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But the concept of this cover was that Marvel asked Stegman to draw a futuristic Wolverine. He said, I have a pitch for a story for Marvel that I haven't had a ton of time to pursue, so I drew it here. The general idea is that Wolverine dies at the beginning of the story. Then the Norns at the base of Yggdrasil in Asgard get an urgent warning that they must resurrect this new spirit. But they look at this Logan character's history and are like, why this guy? From all we can tell, he's a bad guy. But the entity that brings him insists that they must because he plays a huge role in the salvation of the entire multiverse. They finally agree to resurrect him in a bubble in Asgard, which they will put him through trials of heroism in order to prove, that he's worthy of resurrection. And will he make it? I guess if I ever make the book, we'll find out, he said. While Stegman's Asgard resurrection concepts may not be reflected in the actual X Deaths of Wolverine run, the time-traveling series does focus on the many demises that Logan has experienced over his many years of slicing and dicing and surviving. Tying in with X Lives of Wolverine, which delves into Logan's various identities from the past and lived experiences. X Deaths of Wolverine #5 will see Logan faced off against a twisted version of himself from a dark future timeline that was infected with the Phalanx virus. And both X Lives of Wolverine and X Deaths of Wolverine have been promoted as ushering in a bold new future for Marvel's mutants known as the Second Krakoan Age, similar to how writer Jonathan Hickman transformed the X-Men with his House of X, Powers of X stories in 2019. X Deaths of Wolverine 5 goes on sale March 23rd, today from Marvel. So definitely try to grab that if you guys can. I know I will be. But yeah, like I said, man, Jonathan Hickman totally like changed the game. What happened to Strife? You know what?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I haven't
I haven't seen him
seen
in comics in years.
in a while. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's been a long time.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah,
find out.
Strife was one of those characters everybody liked. Everybody liked too. Morph. Everybody liked it. Morph too. Morph was a character everybody liked when he was out.
But Strife is a clone of Cable, and
Yes.
as a result, he possesses Cable's natural vast psionic abilities and telepathy and telekinesis. But these abilities are far more powerful than the ones Cable has generally displayed in the main continuity, because Cable has to use a lot of his power to keep the techno-organic virus that's slowly killing him at bay.
Yeah.
So he has to keep, so he can't really use his powers, out, on other stuff, because he's using it to keep, the virus from consuming his body, which apparently is a huge drain on his capabilities. But Strife can use his psionic abilities in a variety of ways, like moving large objects with his mind, telekinesis. He can read minds, mind control, telepathically negating and activating the use of others' powers, telepathic camouflage, telekinetic flight, telekinetic force fields, mind transference, telekinetic blasts. Strife also has far more control over his massive psionic abilities than Cable or Nate Gray, apparently from having
Mm.
a whole lifetime of experience of learning how to use his powers, which his alternate counterparts never had. Strife also has possessed other abilities through genetic manipulation similar to those that Cable achieves through cybernetic augmentation, including superhuman strength and durability. Um, yeah. The other versions, you had the Ultimate Marvel, Ultimate X-Men, Ultimate Strife is also the leader of the Mutant Liberation Front. But he, like, where has he been? Let's see, where did he last appear? Other appearances, video games. Let me look up his. Let me see. Let me look up his joints. Last I saw him was like Messiah War and Vendetta is way back in the day. Um, let me look up his publication history. Yeah, 2014. So, okay, so he still appears as the main villain in the 2018 to 2019 run of X-Force. So that was the last that I think he was anywhere, was in 2019's X-Force.
Yeah, okay.
Mhm. Do you guys remember Jimmy Hudson? He was one of my favorite. Jimmy Hudson.
He was an X-Man from I think X-Men Blue. X-Men Blue. He was in X-Men Blue. He made Hope Summers mimic before he disappeared. Strife
He would kill everyone.
Jimmy Hudson.
Strife.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, he's talking about Messiah Complex and all of that.
Oh,
But
okay.
no, Jimmy Hudson. You gotta remind me who that is. Let me see.
He was an X-Men Blue, I remember. But I don't remember. I think he was like a Wolverine wannabe or
Yeah, he's
something like
something to do with Wolverine.
that. Oh, yeah.
Because Jimmy. Let's see. Yeah, he was a fictional character that appears in the Ultimate Marvel. He's from Ultimate Wolverine. He's the son of Ultimate Wolverine. Uh, he's from Ultimate Comics X. Colin Bunn. Following the Secret Wars storyline, Hudson was among the characters moved to mainstream Marvel Universe, which resulted in the time-displaced members of the X-Men. Ultimate X Comics, X-Men, Ultimate Comics, X-Men Blue is the Miss Sinister succeeds, brainwashing the rest of the mutants. Her team is forces called the New Marauders in X-Men Blue. So yeah, the Marauders were like Mr. Sinister's squad, and then I guess X-Men Blue, there's a Miss Sinister, and she has the New Marauders. But Jimmy's one of the heroes bound with a symbiote and later consumed by poison. Similar to those of his father, the Ultimate Wolverine. For instance, he possesses an accelerating healing factor that allows him to regenerate damaged or destroyed tissue in a relatively brief period of time. While the full extent of his healing factor is unknown, it is possible Jimmy can withstand various wounds, diseases, drugs, toxins. In addition, his healing factor makes him extremely immune to telepathic assault, probing, and mind wipes from the likes of powerful telepaths like Jean Grey and Miss Sinister. Yeah, he has the bone claws, but he doesn't have adamantium, of course. Durability of the claws has to be determined. Improving long enough to seriously damage savagely powered Wendigo and withstand Cyclops optic blasts. And but yeah, no, I didn't. I didn't even read that. I didn't see none of that. I didn't read X-Men Blue or any of that. So he's a cool somebody I want to definitely check out. Anybody Wolverine-ish, I dig.
You down with anybody
Yeah,
Wolverines?
yeah. I rock with anybody Wolverine-ish.
Yeah,
So,
Wolverine
but
is
we
like,
have what time is it?
yeah.
7:30. I gotta go in a minute. Actually, we gotta cut the show kind of short today. But did you guys hear about the Ray Park? You know, the guy that plays Darth Maul. There was a
Uh,
controversy a while
yeah,
back.
I heard it. Yeah, I heard about it. It was on my Twitter feed.
Mhm.
There was a controversy with him, the chick from Black Widow, Scarlett Johansson. There was a controversy with something with Rock, and
We're all involved with
so I
Darth
came
Maul?
up on nah, all these controversies just came up
Oh,
on my Twitter feed. Like I was watching them, like week per week. The one with Darth Maul I didn't get to read. The one Scarlett Johansson I think was about she sued she was suing Marvel or Disney about the Black Widow movie.
yeah, yeah.
It was something with that. It was
Yeah,
like a
she's suing
controversy.
them about the fact that they, uh, broadcast it on streaming, and she didn't get paid.
Yeah, yeah, that was it.
But Darth Maul, you know, been a fan favorite since his first appearance in Phantom Menace over 20 years ago. But despite the character not being utilized to his full potential on the big screen, he's definitely been played prominently in the expanded universe. He recently returned to live action arena with the series with the unexpected cameo appearance in Solo, that movie that tanked at the box office. But Maul has been repeatedly linked to various Disney Plus exclusives that are in various stages of development, including the third season of Mandalorian, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and even a solo series of his own with the man, not solo, but his own series with the Mandalorian set to introduce several names from the animated shows. It looks to establish itself as the jumping on point for the next generation of Star Wars adventures. Following the current controversy surrounding Ray Park, the LRM Online now believes that if Darth Maul makes a full fledged reappearance and becomes a significant part of the Star Wars live action once again, Disney will end up recasting the character. While cancel culture was quick to call for Ray Park's removal when a disturbing video was leaked on his Instagram account, his wife rejected all of the ensuing charges by saying the account had been hacked and it was not him. Although a family friendly corporation like Disney is unlikely to want bad press around one of its most well known trademarks, Park's dismissal from his career defining position seems to be a hasty decision. After all, like any controversy, it'll soon go away, and fans would definitely be outraged if the next time we see Darth Maul, it's not Ray Park. Um, Cancel culture bullshit. They It's ridiculous, bro. Like, don't even you gotta stop. You can't cancel people for something they did in the past or even something they did in the present unless it's really bad. Like unless they've really hurt somebody. But I think it was and I don't know because I didn't see the videos, I didn't see the Instagram posts. I don't know what it was, but apparently
Right.
it was racy, maybe sexual in nature in at some sort, but or had something to do with him cheating on his wife or whatever. But his wife came forward and she was like, "Nope, wasn't him." But I think now they're getting divorced, so she could have just been doing that to sort of save the golden egg, you know, the goose, the cash cow. So who knows, man? But
Maybe she put it up. Maybe she was the one who put it up.
well, she's the one denied it. She's
That's what
saying
I'm
it wasn't
saying.
him.
That's the whole. That's the whole premise. She put
How's
it
that
up,
work?
and now she's. Well, she might have put it up, and then they got into an argument, and then he was like, "Yo, why you do that?" And
Right.
she's like, "Cause I hate you." And then he was like, "You don't really hate me. You want to hate losing his money." And then
Yeah,
she
you
was
hate
like,
me all
"Well,
you want, but yeah, they if I get canceled,
exactly.
your
You get
lifestyle
canceled.
gets canceled.
If I get canceled, you don't get a new Fendi pocketbook."
That's
And then
right.
she probably thought about it, and then she probably was like, "It wasn't him, like Shaggy."
I'm a fan of Darth
Mm,
Revan too.
yeah, I like Darth Vader.
Yeah, Darth
So
Revan is
she
my
probably
favorite.
did. She probably did the Shaggy. It wasn't him. And
Yeah,
then the
well,
next thing you know, it's
wasn't
just
he?
too late.
It's just too late. But I can't wait to see Obi-Wan and Darth Maul fight again. I'm honestly way more excited to see Darth Maul in the Obi-Wan show than I am to see Vader. Like Vader and Obi-Wan fighting again, it's like it's cool, but we know that no one dies. Like there's no stakes. I know when Darth Vader kills Obi-Wan in the duel. We already know that. So in this series, them fighting is just sort of like again more fan service. Doesn't mean anything. There's no stakes. We know neither of them is gonna die. But with Maul, it's open. Like what happens at this point, we don't know because there's not been much. Uh, we haven't heard anything since like Clone Wars with him. I don't think so, or Rebels. But seeing them duel would be great because Darth Maul's whole existence ever since Obi-Wan cut him in half, he's pulled himself together literally just to hunt
just to
down and
fight.
kill
Yeah,
Obi-Wan
find
again.
and kill Obi-Wan. Yeah,
Yeah,
Obi-Wan.
so
Obi-Wan did a lot of people dirty in Star Wars, man. He got a nice little body count of bad guys under his
bad
belt,
guys, yeah.
man. Yeah, he
Yeah,
got he got a good bad guy body count under his belt.
he does. He does. I mean, if you count Anakin and then you got Grievous, you got Maul, yeah,
Yeah,
there's a ton.
yeah,
But
yeah.
that's what I thought the Obi-Wan show was gonna be all about. I thought it was gonna be pretty much about Maul and Obi-Wan, you know? But
Right.
it's apparently gonna be more about Order 66 and the Inquisitors hunting down all the Jedi and them hunting down Obi-Wan and him sort of hiding out, and obviously
I
they'll
mean,
find
it
him at
makes
some
sense.
point and he has to defend
Makes
them off.
sense.
Yeah,
That
it
makes
makes
sense, right?
perfect sense.
That makes sense because at the time that's what was going on. I mean, you had the Inquisitors all over the galaxy
Yep.
hunting down the Jedi. Jedi were hiding,
Yeah.
and the Inquisitors are pretty powerful. Those
Yeah,
are
and
pretty.
I'm excited to see them too.
Yeah, me
I'm
too.
excited to see them. You know, a lot of people complaining about the way the Inquisitor looks in the trailer versus the way he looked in the Clone Wars. They're like, he didn't look like that, you know. And they show us side by side in the Clone Wars. He has a much like longer face. But and the same
It's
thing with
animated,
Cad Bane.
right?
The
It's
same thing with
animated.
Cad
Yeah,
Bane. It's animated, bro. Yoda didn't look the same in live action than he looked in the Clone Wars. Anakin looked different. Obi-Wan, every single person, Ahsoka, they all look different than they are in the animated show. So I really don't understand why people are so caught up in how Cad Bane looked different and how this Inquisitor looks different. Of course they look different. They're human, like they're live action. They're
yeah.
not supposed to look identical. Look how different Yoda looked. Now, if you wanna say, "Okay, those guys are human," but Yoda's not human, he looked very different. Like, he was completely it was stylized. It's a stylized animated version, so I have no problem with him looking different. Um, I just can't wait to see it. I think it's gonna be great. So next Wednesday, we'll definitely be talking about that. Um and this Saturday at 6:30, we'll definitely be doing DC Power Hour. A lot to go over on that show. But this show we do have to kind of cut because I have to go live on Instagram and sell some comic books to my fellow comic collectors out there. We got a show tonight with my boy Masher, and we're gonna chop it up and some slanging and hanging
I'll tell
comics
you what.
tonight.
I'll tell you what, Mr. Reno. Promote the damn thing right here, right now.
If you are in this chat, come over to Instagram about 8:45, 9 o'clock, and catch us slanging and hanging with books. Peace out, my brothers. Thank you
No
guys,
rap.
everybody, for coming and chilling with us today. Norrin Rad, Slade Wilson, everybody that didn't speak up in the chat. Peace. Zenomous Plays, Adrian Navarro, Diamond Onyx, Ultra Maximus, Appet's Been Seenin. Who else?
I've been
Yeah.
sore.
Yeah, yeah. Peace, everybody. We'll see you guys. We'll see you guys Saturday.
Peace.
Peace out.